If you're someone interested in getting started with AI filmmaking, but the many AI generation tools out there seem very overwhelming, there's so many choices that you don't know where to begin, and not only that, you're looking to get started with AI filmmaking in a cost-effective way so that you're not spending a ton of money on a bunch of different subscriptions, and maybe you're actually looking to get started without spending any money, you're just wanting to dip your toe in the waters, get an idea of how all of this works, until you eventually become a true believer to understand that Hollywood is dead and AI filmmaking is the path forward, then you're definitely going to want to watch this video from beginning to end. What's going on, everyone? My name is Paul Donis Maximus. Welcome to the AI Filmmaking Advantage, where here we talk about how to make and monetize AI film production. And before we get started, I want to say thank you to everyone who's subscribed to the channel. We recently surpassed the 4,000 subscriber mark. I meant to get this video out yesterday, but I just didn't have the time. And yesterday we were actually sitting at 3,999 subscribers. And as of this video, we're at 4,023. So once again, I want to take the time to thank everyone who subscribed to the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you do hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started. Now, before we get into how to actually get started with AI filmmaking and how to do it in a cost-effective way, I just want to step back a bit and revisit the premise of the first video that I put on the channel when I changed the channel into the new iteration. And that video was entitled "Hollywood is Dead, AI filmmaking killed it, and here's why." Now, that video got lots of comments on it. There were a lot of people who were very much opposed to the idea that AI filmmaking would be nothing more than people just generating a bunch of random AI generated videos that really had no rhyme or reason to them. They refused to believe that Hollywood is on its way out in terms of the future of filmmaking, and this is only because they've not been paying attention to what's actually been going on. I have been paying attention to what's been going on, and that is why I pivoted my channel from being just the traditional independent filmmaking that we've all come to know and love to this new way forward, which is AI filmmaking. And if you're still on the fence about this thing being anything more than just a bunch of random AI generated videos, I want you to check out this clip right here. This is from James D. Phillips 2 on X, and let's read this right here before we hit the play button. He says, "A decade ago at Disney, Warner, or Paramount, this would have required a 7-figure budget and a full VFX team. Here's how AI is revolutionizing indie filmmaking and how I turned a 2 a.m. inspiration into a 90-second dream project." Guys, get ready to be blown away. This is the future of filmmaking.
I was the created one, the fragile man. I was the transformation,
Again, this is all AI.
time-worn man. I sought to conquer death. I became eternal. But eternity became the emptiness.
Got it. The narrative filmmaker like
I was the discontented one, the heir of misery.
What you guys see what's possible.
I was flesh, made whole. And when is a man not a man at all? I am the welcomer of death. But death will not have me.
Okay, so apologies. I was trying to give some commentary during that video, and I probably should have cut my speakers off. Loom doesn't usually play audio from the videos like that when you're screen recording. Maybe because it was X, it did it that way, I don't know. So my voice sounded drowned out at times. I just went and watched the footage because I wanted to make sure that it actually recorded it. But basically what I was saying is that if you're someone who's a narrative filmmaker like I am, then you're not worried about the argument about this just being people generating a bunch of random AI video clips with no rhyme or reason. We are very purposeful on this channel. Again, we're all about learning how to make and monetize AI film production. That video that I just showed you is something that you can model after to know that yes, this thing will work for you if you're looking to do AI filmmaking without hoping and praying to get blessed by Hollywood. But again, if you want some more context to all of this, go watch that video that I posted. Hollywood is dead. AI filmmaking killed it. This is why. So again, let's talk about how to get started with AI filmmaking, especially since there are a multitude of tools out there. You may not know which one you should start with. And then again, you're also maybe looking to do this in a cost-effective way. And not to worry, guys, I literally only got started with AI filmmaking only about a week or so ago. And I've tested out pretty much all of the top tools that everyone's talking about. So I definitely have a lay of how you should get started as a newbie coming into this. Now, again, there are many tools out there, but what I would recommend to you as a newbie is to get started with a tool called Krea AI. Now, this is Krea AI. I actually just got started with Krea today, and this is in addition to already having a subscription with Runway ML, Kling AI, Hailuo, which is also known as Minimax, and Luma Dream Machine. And I'll explain why I signed up for Krea in a minute, but I'm going to tell it to you from a aspect of someone just getting started. The reason you'd want to try out Krea is because they've got all of those tools that I just mentioned to you under one roof. So as you can see right here, if we click here and we go to generate videos, and they're already telling you everything they've got right here. Now, the one thing that they don't have, you just saw Pika. I don't see Pika here anymore. So maybe something happened to where they no longer are friends. I don't know, but this was as recent as of October they had Pika, but now they don't have Pika anymore. But they've got Hailuo AI, they've got Luma Dream Machine, they've got Runway, they've got Kling, they've got Kling Pro. And this is a great way for you to try all of this stuff out under one roof. And let's talk about the other aspect of wanting to use Krea. I very much love the model of image to video, meaning I can go and create a badass image and turn that badass image into a video as opposed to text to video to where whatever shows up is what shows up. So with that said, the other awesome thing that Krea has is this. They have the Flux 1.1 Pro model, and not only that, they've got different variations that I don't even have access to just yet. So I initially came into contact with the Flux 1.1 Pro model via FreePic because you actually can't just go to Black Forest Labs, which is the creator of Flux. You can't just go to their website and use Flux. They partner with different AI generation companies. Krea is one of them, FreePic is one of them, and there's some other ones out there who have the Flux model. And you're going to want to use something like Flux or Ideogram to be able to generate your images that you're going to turn into videos. And the one I'm very interested in using is the Flux 1.1 Pro Ultra. I don't even have that with FreePic, and I'll do a separate video to show you some of the differences of this versus maybe a FreePic or something like that. But Flux makes some very, very beautiful images. In fact, there was a point to where I was actually going into Midjourney. I was taking the prompts and or the images there, bringing them over into FreePic and rerunning them there and getting even more stunning images. So again, if you were wanting to get started with AI filmmaking and you didn't want to spend a bunch of money on a bunch of different subscriptions in different places, my recommendation to you would be to get started with Krea AI. You can also click here on their gallery and you can just come in here and just see some of the things that people are generating with this. So if you hover over some of these are just images, but some of these are actually videos themselves. They don't really distinguish which ones are videos. So there's a video, that's an image. Here's a video, this one's a video. So you can really just come in here and just get an idea of what's possible. The other awesome thing about Krea AI is that you don't have to go get a separate enhancer like Magnific AI in order to both upscale your images and videos. So that's the tab right here that you'd click on, and you'd bring over an image or a video, you drop it here, and this will allow you to upscale that video or image. Now, I'm very excited to use this because even with FreePic, I have an image upscaler via FreePic, but the upscaler there does not do video. And actually, let's just try this out right quick. So I'm going to move this here and I'm going to click here and I'm going to do the video that I did yesterday. This was actually from Luma Dream Machine. This one was from Runway and this one was from Kling AI. I've been loving Kling AI, so let's do that video right here. And the video itself already looked pretty badass already, but let's see if we can enhance it even further with Krea's enhancer. So this is my very first time using this enhancer. And again, this is just another word for an upscaler. They're calling it enhance, but if you went to Magnific AI, they call it an upscaler. If you go to FreePic, they call it an upscaler. Upscaling the image quality of the video or your image. And then sometimes it adds a little bit more oomph to it to give it a different look. So I'm going to leave the frame frame rate at 30 frames per second. I'm gonna leave the strength as it is, the resemblance as it is, because I want it to look as close to the video original as possible. Preset is cinematic, but what do we have here? Cinematic, render, animation, and we're not gonna do looped, and then we're just gonna hit enhance. And what I like about this is they're gonna give me a side-by-side comparison to be able to drag the little slider to see what it looked like before and what it looks like now. And again, guys, this is Kling AI. Now, I have a direct subscription with Kling AI, and it has the 1.5 model. The one drawback, again, I'll make a completely separate video to talk about the pros and cons, but Krea AI has the version before 1.5, which is 1.0. They also do not have the lip syncing feature that Kling AI has on its native website. So there are some trade-offs. So this is probably going to take a few minutes. As you can see right here, it's currently only at 20%. So I'm going to cut to the part in the video to where it's already been enhanced so that you can see the before and after results. Okay, guys, so we're back. The enhancer has finished doing its thing. And as you can see, on the left is what it looked like before, and on the right is what it looks like after. And again, how this works, if I drag this all the way over here, this is what it looked like before. And if I move it all the way over here, this is what it looked like after. And to be honest with you guys, this was probably not a good example to use because, as I mentioned, Kling AI is already putting out some very dope image quality to begin with. So it really didn't enhance the video much. It actually made it look a bit more cartoonish. Now, if I move this over here, it was done in 30 frames per second. And I went and checked my Final Cut Pro settings. The video came from Kling in 24 frames per second. So that may have had something to do with it as well. But I probably should have taken the video from Luma because those videos don't really come with a lot of quality initially, and then run it through this to show you the before and after of that. Same thing with Hailuo. They do a very good job of giving you some very good video generations, but the quality itself initially is not all that great. So I'm going to start off by saying probably with things from Runway ML or Kling AI, it's probably going to be a waste of your time trying to run them through the image enhancer because they already look damn good initially. But again, this is not just for video, it's also for image. And I do want to say that regardless of how clean, how pristine, how beautiful the photos look that you generate with the Flux 1.1 Pro model, you can still run them through an upscaler or an enhancer and they're going to look even better. I do it all the time in Free Pick, and I am just amazed by what the upscaler does to those Flux 1.1 image generations. So again, that's all I wanted to show you with Krea for now. Again, I plan to do a more in-depth tutorial on the tool itself in a future video, but now let's talk about how to get started with AI filmmaking in a cost-effective manner. Okay, so now let's talk about how to get started with AI filmmaking in a cost-effective manner. And the great thing about all of these tools is that you can actually get started with AI filmmaking completely for free. Even with Krea, as you can see right here, they have a free plan. And again, we're still in Krea AI. And as you can see, they have a free tier right here. They give you free daily generations, but you do have limited access to some of the Krea tools. Now, honestly, I never used their plan on the free one. I actually went to their website earlier today and just signed up for the max plan right here. But again, you could get started with this tool completely for free, test it out, play around with it. And then if you wanted to get a little bit more jiggy, you could go to the basic plan, which is only $10 a month. A lot of you guys spend more than $10 a month on Starbucks, so this should not be an issue for you. And what you'd want to do is to come here, click show all features, and just do a side-by-side comparison to see what you get on the free plan versus basic versus the pro plan versus the max, and make your decisions based on that. But again, you can get started with AI filmmaking completely for free by just signing up with Krea and trying out their free plan. And in fact, you can pretty much go to all of these tools and try out all of them for free. So right here, we're in Runway ML, and as you can see, they have a free tier. And this even allows you to use the Gen 3 Alpha Turbo model, which is their most recent model that Krea does not even have. And then they list out some of the things you get if you want to use it for free. For instance, you get 125 credits. This is a one-time thing. That's enough for you to try it out, play around with it, just to get an idea of how all of this flows. And then if you wanted to do more than that, you could check out their standard plan, which is $15 a month, and you'd get all of these things right here. And one of the things that I need to point out that you need to be keenly aware of is that you're not going to be able to remove the watermark on a lot of these tools until you start paying for it. So again, you don't get to remove the watermark until you move to their standard plan. But again, the free plan is for people to just try it out, get an idea of what this AI filmmaking thing is all about without actually spending any money. Now, another thing that I want to mention as well, which is something that I'm going to have to keep in mind, again, since I just got Krea, which has Runway, they don't have the Gen 3 Alpha Turbo, I believe, and then they also don't have the lip syncing feature that Runway just released a few weeks ago. You would actually have to come to Runway's website in order to use that that feature. I don't know if this is going to get rolled out to Krea at a later date. But again, if you want to sign up for Krea AI and then you want to come to Runway ML and sign up for their thing, you can do it 110% free. Same thing with Kling AI. You could come here and they've got a free tier and they give you some free credits daily by logging in. I don't know how many of those credits are because, again, to be honest with you, on all of these tools, I signed up and paid on the same day, so I never really spent a lot of time using these tools for free because, again, I wanted to make sure that anything that I was generating didn't have the watermark on them, and I wanted to really just unlock all of the tools that the platform offers. And as for myself, I'm using Kling and I'm using their Pro plan, and this is what it has. But again, if you came here and you used it for free and you decided that you wanted to do more, it'll cost you as little as $10 per month. And what I like about all of these platforms is that they give you the option to buy more credits if you need it. As you can see, I'm down to 230 credits right now, but now that I've got Krea, I can go over there and use the credits there. But again, there are some drawbacks because on the Krea, you do not have access to the newest Kling model, which is 1.5. And the other thing that you need to be keenly aware of, in case I forget to mention it, is that on all of these platforms, if you're paying, you need to use all of your credits every month because they do not carry over month to month. So these 230 credits, if I want to avoid losing out on these credits going away, I would need to come over here and generate 230 credits worth of video generations, which I'm going to do no problem. Same thing with Hailuo. Now, Hailuo is a little bit different because they give you a 3-day unlimited trial, which you can come and not even put in your credit card. They give you unlimited access to their platform for 3 days, and then after that, you have to pay. Now, the one drawback to Hailuo is that whenever you're running your video generations, they're going to limit you to 3 at one time. But once you pay, I'm on their standard monthly plan, then it gives you 5 jobs in the queue at one time, which means you can generate up to 5 different videos at one time. They're all not going to generate at once because, again, it's got to process it all, but it allows you to put 5 in the queue at one time, as opposed to when you're on the trial, it only gives you the option to do 3 at a time. And again, you can go watch all of this on my previous video where I talk about how to use Hailuo in a no prompt fashion. But what they have is that you're in a queue with a bunch of other folks, and it's like thousands of people. So you could generate videos and you might as well go somewhere and wait for a few hours because it's going to take a while. That's what happens on their trial version. Even though it's unlimited, again, it's going to take a very long while for those videos to generate until you unlock it on like the standard plan, again, which is what I have. Again, it says up to 3 tasks in a queue, and they give you bonus credits for daily logins, but you're going to be in a queue of a lot of different people, thousands of people, until it gets around to generating your video. And then you can also do the same for Luma Dream Machine. Now, Luma Dream Machine and Hailuo as well, I'm probably going to cancel those subscriptions now that I have them via Krea because there's no Hailuo 1.7 or a Luma Dream Machine 2.5 or something. Both of those platforms really haven't come out with any new updates, but Hailuo is really badass as it is already. Luma is kind of hit and miss. Sometimes it looks fantastic, other times it doesn't. So this is a subscription that I'm really not going to miss. But again, they have a free tier where you can come in here and you can do 30 generations per month. That's actually a little bit more generous, but they have a restriction that you cannot use it for commercial use. So again, if we're talking about how to make and monetize AI filmmaking, this may be an issue. But again, if you're just wanting to try it out to see how things go, this will be perfect for you. And again, let me flip this over to the monthly plan because I'm on their standard plan, which is about $30 a month. But the next step up for you would be $10 a month if you decided to do 70 generations, because it's 30 plus 40, so that's 70. But you still don't get to use it for commercial use, and you don't get to remove the watermark until you get to the standard plan that's at $30. So something to keep in mind. But once again, to be honest with you, if you're going to check out something like Krea AI, I'll show you once again, it already comes with Luma. So if you wanted to just save a bit of money for something that isn't really going to be any better or worse than going to Luma's website and getting a subscription there, then just do it through Krea. And again, same thing with Hailuo AI. If you wanted to use Hailuo via Krea, you could do that over here. But again, as with all of these, there are going to be some limitations in terms of how many videos you can generate. And again, for all of that, the breakdown of what you can do, you'd want to come here and just see what you get with Hailuo, what you'd get with Kling, what you'd get with Runway, and it has the breakdown right there. Now, before we go, I want to leave you with this. My favorite image to video generator by far has been Kling AI. And what I want you to do is just to go to their website, klingai.com. Just check out some of the things that people are already doing in terms of making narrative AI films. And they've just got different galleries of what people are doing just to give you you an idea of what's possible. And again, to just show you some of the things that I've been doing, I've got the Kling 1.5 model right here. Their previous version is Kling 1.1, which is the only one you're going to have access to in Krea, which is why I may end up keeping this Kling subscription, because what I've been generating with this thing has been pretty amazing. And I just wanted to show you this right quick because this is the one that I upscaled earlier that I showed you, and it already looks good as is. So trying to run that through the enhancer at Krea is just overkill, because again, this thing looks amazing already just from what Kling puts out initially. And again, one of the things that you'll want to keep in mind when you're on the paid tiers, they give you the option to download without the watermark, and that's definitely what you're going to want to be doing once you start getting serious about this. Hope that makes sense. So once again, this is how you can get started with AI filmmaking, and then also get started with AI filmmaking in a cost-effective manner. If you found this video helpful to you in terms of helping you to wrap your head around all of this, how to get started and how to actually get started without spending a bunch of money, then please be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and then also be sure to subscribe to the channel for more tips and tutorials on how to get started with AI filmmaking and some of the best tools that I'm using myself in order to get to the point to where I'm actually making these into narrative AI films. So once again, this is Paul Donis Maximus. Thanks for checking out this video. Please join me in the next one.